That's right, today we are looking at a fidget spinner case for AirPods. Welcome everyone, it is Andrew here from AppleInsider. AirPods are one of Apple's most popular products in a very long time. More than 2 years after release, they're sometimes still hard to get your hands on. AirPods are great at a lot of things. They're phenomenal headphones and beloved by nearly everyone who picks them up. But there's one thing that they're not great at, and that is acting like a fidget spinner. If you try to spin it in your hand, they simply drop down onto the table. I know, that was a major concern for a lot of you guys out there. But a real concern that people have are the scuff marks that appear on the glossy white case of the AirPods. They're a little bit hard to tell here in studio lighting, but you can kind of see some marks on there. There's a particularly bad one on that right side, but they do acquire quite a bit of markings as they're going in and out of your pockets. Some people do not care about this. It's perfectly fine. It's natural. It just happens with the case. But there is an alternative, and that is putting a case on your AirPods. And we've looked at AirPod cases in the past, and a surprisingly large amount of people love having a case on their AirPods, me included. Not only do they up the style a little bit, they added a little bit more protection, not just for the scratches on the case, but if you ever drop them in there, you don't want anything happening. So it adds a little bit of drop protection as well as upping the style points. So today we're looking at two different options, starting off with the more exciting of the two, and that is the ZenPod case. From Air Vinyl Designs, this thing is a leather case, uses napa leather around the outside, feels very, very soft, but we also have these actual fidget spinners kind of built into the case. Still full access to the bottom, the top opens easily as it should. It's really easy to take on and off should you ever need to, but it's not going to come off if it's ever dropped. But it does add that added ability of being able to use the AirPods case as a fidget spinner. It uses aluminum little wheels on the side with stainless steel bearings holding them in place. Now, if we're going to get really analytical and analyze this as an actual fidget spinner, there are a couple downsides that die-hard fidget spinner fans are going to notice. The axis does not line up perfectly, which means you can feel a little bit of movement when you're actually spinning the AirPods case, and they kind of tend to end in this one spot where that axis kind of just pulls it back together. The AirPods case is also not perfectly balanced. It wasn't designed to be a fidget spinner, so you can't do things like spin on one finger. If you try to spin it on one finger, it just flies off the side. There's not any kind of that central balance that you'd find on an actual fidget spinning device. But that said, these are extremely minor notices here, and anyone who picks this up, they're probably not going to care. They're not going to return this because the axis is not perfect. They're not going to return it because they can't balance on a finger. Just kind of add some kind of idleness to hold in your hands and kind of play with while you're trying to focus. Alternatively, if you don't want to go for the fidget spinner version, there is still just a simple leather case. They still have that polycarbonate frame, the napa leather on the exterior, and they come in a few different colors. These are going to be great just if you want to add some protection, add a little bit more style at the same time. If Apple does release that wireless charging case, these should work with it no problem. But the fidget spinner version, it's not going to work because you do have that fidget spinner part there on the front and on the back. So if you want an all-around case that's going to make it look a little bit better, have a little bit more style to it, a bunch of different colors available, you can go for the regular leather one. It feels really nice in your hand, looks really nice. It'll still work with a wireless charging case. If you want something to kind of pass the time, just to spin as you're sitting around, working at your desk, whatever, basically what a fidget spinner does, you should check out the ZenPod version. Are either of these 100% necessary? No, not at all. You can get away with just using your AirPods as is. But if you are concerned about scratching, you spent 160 some bucks on these things, you want to make sure that case stays in pristine condition. You want to be able to sell them when version 2 comes out for the highest amount of money. Then do get a case. They're only $20, $30, and you can get one with or without that fidget spinner option. If you do want to grab one, there's links below in the description.
If you enjoyed this video, like it and hit that subscribe button. Also, check out our price guide, which makes it extremely easy to find the best deals on Apple products updated daily. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you in the next video.